Welcome to Voices in Change, a new series of short audio-only interviews from The Medium, a Substack publication. I am Andrew Rosen, the founder of Parkour LLC and the author of The Medium. This is the 9th of 12 short interviews, each about 1.5 minutes to 5 minutes long, that were all recorded on March 26, 2025 at the On Discourse AI Transformation Summit in Midtown New York City. The 12 guests were selected from 100 participants representing every C in the suite. They offered a variety of answers to a simple question. What is a recent market signal or development in AI that forced you to rethink a key business assumption? In today's episode, I speak with Judy Okten, Head of Business Development and Partnerships at Prem AI. Prem AI empowers businesses and individuals with complete ownership, privacy, and control over their AI, from secure local inference to privacy-focused fine-tuning.
Judy Okten from Prem AI in Europe. What I learned today.
Well, so what wasn't what you learned today, but it was much more like what's a market signal or development, and it sounds like something you learned today that changed the way that you look at, like changed a fundamental business assumption that you had about the future and AI.
Well, one of the fundamental things or assumptions or signals that I learned today was that empathy can be trained as a skill, and this skill can help us as humans to feel seen and witnessed and understood, and that as a skill can be trained by millions of data points. And one of the companies that's doing just that and creating a mental health assistant essentially for people that don't have access is Million Ways, and that was really interesting.
And so why does that matter, about the empathy being trained into AI?
Well, it matters for a few different reasons. One is we are suffering from a loneliness epidemic, and so I think that having being able to feel seen and witnessed and heard by a chatbot can potentially reduce our loneliness and can help us feel connected to someone else, even if that someone else is a machine. It still makes us feel better as humans because that's fundamentally what we're looking for. I think on the other hand, what's really interesting is empathy is really a result of experiences. And so machines can never have experiences. So essentially empathy is fake. It's not real. And I think what the implication of that, which I find interesting, is that humans are not able to tell the difference between fake empathy and real empathy because it just feels like we're being seen because that can be trained. So at what point these lines are being super blurred, and what it means to be human and connect with another based on authentic shared experiences now is shifting. So I find that interesting. Like where do you draw the line? When does it become manipulation? And maybe as adults we can kind of see through it, but what about children? They may not, and they may actually believe that this is a genuine interaction. So it just, for me, emphasizes the role of guardrails and ethics as we develop these tools.
And so does that make you bullish or bearish about empathy and AI and computers and humanity?
It's really interesting. It makes me actually bullish, but let me put it this way. It makes me bullish in that it can coach us to be more empathic. Because we as humans, we are busy. We've got lots of shit going on. Sometimes we miss the mark. So if we can use those trained tools to make us better communicators and more empathic communicators, then I think it's amazing. So imagine a doctor, who now has an AI assistant that can take away a lot of the administrative boring work and can even help with some of the technical work. So that doctor has free bandwidth to connect with someone else and have empathy. And imagine that an AI coach can assist that doctor in becoming a better communicator and having more empathy, then I think humanity flourishes.
Good. Thank you.
This was an episode of Voices in Change, a new series of short audio-only interviews from The Medium, a Substack publication from Parkour LLC.